Yikes! Oh my goodness. Oh, I didn't expect you to come in so early. I was just getting ready and I was doing my morning exercise because, gotta keep in shape and fit for all of the adventures I have here in Elderscrolls Online. Hi! I am Flower Child 567, and you are here with me now, and it's Friday. Yay, it's Friday. And as you know, my Friday stream takes place at 10 a.m. Pacific time, and it is the Tamriel Storyteller Hour. So yeah, that's what we're getting ready to do, and I'm going to continue our lessons from Vivec, and I think we're through number 7, so we'll continue today with number 8. Okay, so let's go ahead and come over here and light the candles, because, I'm into ritual, and I open that up and bring out the Apocryphal Tome. There we go. Oh my gosh, now we're all ready. So I'm excited about that. I'm excited that you're here tuned in, and I want to let you know that I am really excited. I have to brag. Sometimes we get bragging rights, right? As streamers, for our achievements. It's because these achievements that we hit give us like a sense of, wow, this isn't for nothing. I'm really, having fun, and I'm entertaining a lot of other people, that kind of thing. But, my cohort Stretch 002, he and I team together every Wednesday at 1 p.m. Pacific, and we do our Gold Road adventures of 2 Wood Elves. And we're role-playing. It's a role-play theater, so we're very much in character the whole time. We don't chat with the chat, because we're too immersed in the storyline and acting. We are so stoked. We have had, I'll tell you, we have had something like 5,345 viewers. So over 5,000, that's an achievement I never set for my stream. I always wanted to be able to get 500, let alone 5,000. So I do want to take a moment to say thank you to those of you who tune in and who watch the stream. Even if it's not this episode, even if it's not my Tamriel Storyteller Hour, those of you who watch it are really incredible, and really have affected me deeply, and I feel really honored that you choose my channel, my Twitch channel, to come in and spend some of your time, because I know the greatest commodity in life is time. It's where we spend our time, and knowing that you spend your time with me and Stretch, uh, is really heartening. It's really nice. Thank you for that. And I just want to open it up so that if you're ever available on a Wednesday at 1 p.m. Pacific, you'll have to figure it out for your own time zone. Tune in and then log into the North American server and come and find us and introduce yourself to us. We love, love, love meeting those of you who tune in to us. And we may still be in character and continue with the role play, but you're welcome to join us for that episode. So next week, do that, okay? Come in and say hi, and don't be shy. And you'll be on the stream for that episode too. Isn't that pretty cool? Anyways. All right. I'm not so sure. I was thinking today that we would go back to our Vardenfell because we're dealing with Vivec. Last week we were in Vivec's temple a lot, so I was thinking that maybe this week we'll go to I'll go to the Seda Nienwei shrine. I think that's the one. Wait, no, that's not the one. No, I'm going to go to this way shrine right here. The Vivec City way shrine. That, if I can get to it. Oh my god, I can't even get to it. Hold on. I'll get close. Right there, that guy. We're going to go to that guy, and then I'm just going to walk around the merchant area and the city and just stop while I'm reading something, and you can see the hustle and bustle of this city. There are battlegrounds here, and battleground merchants, and of course all of the crafting is right in this area. So that's where we're going to go in just a minute, okay? But I have to get you ready. I have to get you ready, so come here. I'm going to give you a blessing so that when you travel with me, you're protected and you'll make it just fine to that location. So here we go. I found my glimmer dust, so I can really sprinkle it on you and we will fly. All right, now let's see where we need to go. I need to get it located on the ethers so that we're dialed in. Right there it is. Yep. All right, now let me open up a portal. I'll open up the portal, and then we will travel right to where we want to go. Right there. Yep, that's where we're going. Here we go, my friends. The Vivecville. We are, and look at, right away we see there's all kinds of warriors and champions around here. This guy's name is Blue Wolf. Hello, Blue Wolf. Alright, so here we are, and we're right outside of Vivec Town. So you know what, I think I'm going to come over here and we're going to start our talk, our lessons. I'm going to have a seat right here. I'm going to plant myself, and we'll just, we'll use that as our backdrop. How's that? Does that sound good?
No chance to have a look.
Right here. Oh yeah. All right, now we're good to go.
No charge
Now,
to have a look.
there is no charge to have a look. Okay. Here we go. We are reading about the 36 lessons of Vivec, and we're continuing now with lesson 8. And as you remember, hopefully, last week I gave a tribute to the writer, the individual who wrote these lessons. And so if you want to learn about him, please do go to the last week's and have a read or a watch. All right, Sermon 8 by Vivec. And presently Nerevar and Vivec were within sight of the capital, and the four corners of the House of Troubles knew that it was not time to contest them. The caravan musicians made a great song of entrance, and the elven gates of the morning hold were thrown wide. A hymn was accompanied by her husband's state, a flickering image that was channeled through her ever-changing female need. Around her were the shouts, a guild now forgotten, who carried with them the whims of the people, for the Velothi then were still mostly good at heart. The shouts were the counselors of Ahim and the country, though they sometimes quarreled and needed Seth to ring them into usefulness. Ahim approached Nerevar, who was by now adorned in the flags of House Elderscrolls. He gifted her with the simulacrum of the Nechiman's wife and the egg of Vivec inside. Ahim said to Nerevar, Seth, who is Azura, has revealed that war is come, and that the Hortator that shall deliver us with approach, with a solution walking at his side. Nerevar said, I have traveled out of my way to warn you of the deceit of our enemies, the Dwemer. But I have learned much on the journeys, and have changed my mind. This Nechiman's wife you see at my side is a sword and a symbol, and there is prophecy inside. It tells me that, like it, we must for a while be like he is, and, as a people, cloaked in our former enemies, and to use their machines without shame. At which Vivec spoke aloud. Boethia, who is you, wore the skin of Trinimac to cleanse the faults of Veloth, my queen. And so it should be again. This is the walking way of the glorious. Seth appeared out of a cloud of iron vapor, and his minions made of their blood a chair. He sat beside him and looked on the rebirth of mastery. Vivec said to them, his triune, my rituals and ordeals and all the rhymes within use no other motive than the revelation of my skin. Ahim said, Ahim as Seth, Vivec, we are delivered and made whole. The diamond of the black hands is uncovered. Seth said, wherever so he treads, there is invisible scripture. To which the shouts were silent in sudden reading. And Vivec then reached out from the egg, all his limbs and features merging with the simulacrum of his mother, gilled and blended in all the arts of the star-wounded East. Underwater, and in fire, and in metal, and in ash, 6 times the wise. And he became the union of male and female, the magic hermaphrodite, the martial axiom, the sex death of language, and unique in all the middle world, he said, "Let us now guide the hands of the Hortator in war and its aftermath. For we go different, and in thunder, this is our destiny." The ending of the words is Almsavi. Nice. There you have it. That's a pretty cool temple over there, isn't it? That's Vivec City and his temple beyond that you can see. I could hear someone saying it doesn't cost to have a look, but we're gonna just walk through. That guy's buying and selling. Yes, I'm sure he is. These are the guild traders. Let's go in here. Oh, look at how busy this city is. Can I jump up on this? Oh, I can. Can I jump all the way up? Oh, yes. All right. Look it, there's all kinds of people here. All kinds of people hustling and bustling. So let me read to them. Let me read to them the next. Yes, this is the next one. Let's see, can I get their attention? Can I get their attention? What shall I do to get their attention? Well, I could become a werewolf. Does that get anyone's attention? Oh, maybe a few. They looked. All right. Too funny. Okay. Are we ready for the next sermon? This is Sermon 9. And, yeah, here we go. By Vivec. Then came the war with the northern men, where Vivec did guide the Hortator into swift and tricky union with the Dreamer. The greatest demon chieftains of the frigid west were those listed below, 5 in unholy number. Hoaga, the mouth of mud, who appeared as a great bearded king, had the powers of marshalling and breathing the earth. On the battlefields, this demon would often be seen on the sidelines, eating the soil voraciously. And when his men fell, Hoaga would fill their bodies back with it, whereupon they would rise again and fight, albeit slower. He had a secret name, Finja, and destroyed 17 Chimeri villages and 2 Dreameri strongholds before being turned away. Shimua, the running hunger, who appeared as a mounted soldier with full helm, had the powers of heart-roaring and of sky-sickening. He ate the Chimeri hero Drays Kizumate, sending the spirit back to the Hortator as an assassin, sometimes called First Blighter. Shimua could give clouds stomach aches and turn the rain of Veloth into bile. He destroyed 6 Chimeri villages before he was slain by Vivec and the Hortator. Bog, the two-tongued, who appeared as a great bearded king, had the powers of surety and form change. His raiders were small in number, but rank, and ran amok in the west hinterlands, killing many Velothi trappers and scouts. He fell in a great debate with Vivec, for the warrior poet alone could understand the northern man's two-layered speech, though Almsavi had to remain invisible during the argument. Bar Fok, made of plains, who appeared as a winged human with lick-encrusted spear, had the powers of event denouement battles fought against her would always end in victory for Barfolk, because she could shape outcomes by I'm telling you, that's her name. Barfok. How else would you pronounce it? Barfolk. Yeah, exactly. All right, back to the reading. 4 Chimeri villages and 2 more Dreamer strongholds were destroyed by her. Decision enforcement. Vivec had to stuff her mouth with his milk finger to keep her from singing Veloth into ruin. Oh my god. Okay, the Maid of Plains really has a lot of sexual connotations in hers. Ismir, the dragon of the north, who always appears as a great bearded king, had powers innumerable and echoing. He was grim and dark, and the most silent of the invading chieftains, though when he spoke, villagers were uplifted and thrown into the sea. The Hortator fought him unarmed, grabbing the dragon's roars by hand until Ismir's power throat bled. These roars were given to Vivec to bind into an ebony listening frame, which the warrior poet placed on Ismir's face and ears to drive him mad and drive him away. The coming forth and the driving away brings all things around. What shall I say next is unpleasant to record. Herma, Mora, Altadun, Ei, Altadun. The ending of the words is Al-Savi. Interesting, huh? Well, I did retain a little bit of an audience. Some people stayed and listened. Some people came and some people went, and some people ran, and some people squatted and looked in their chests, and some people worked at a craft. Look at all the crafting going on.
I don't care what you say. The killer in Stronghold was a shadow scale.
I see. Well, okay then. Look at all of these things you can do. Oh, I don't think I've ever noticed this before. Oh, how cute. All right. Let's walk out this way. Let's go over to where the battlegrounds area is, and then I'll read the next sermon. I'll go down here. You can see all the people waiting for battle or getting done with the battlegrounds or making whatever, doing their stuff. And I'll come over here because I want to show you that there's a battleground housing goods and merchant. Okay, so let's look at these and see how many people come and actually do battleground. All right, are you ready? Here we go. This is Sermon 10 of the 36 Lessons of Vivec. Sermon 10 by Vivec. You have discovered the 10th sermon of Vivec, which was hidden in the words that came in the aftermath to the Hortator. The evoker shall raise his left hand empty and open, to indicate he needs no weapons of his own. Coming forth is always hidden, so the evoker is always invisible, or better, in the skin of his enemies. The eyelid of the kingdom shall fill 36 folios, but the eye shall read the word. By this the Hortator needs me to understand. The sword is an important signature Write no contracts on the dead. Vivec says unto the Hortator, remember the words of Boethia. We pledge ourselves to you, the frame maker, the scarab, a world for us to love you in, cloak of dirt to cherish, betrayed by your ancestors when you were not even looking, or a Magnus and his ventured opinions cannot sway the understated, a trick worthy of the always satisfied, a short season of towers, a rundown absolution. And what is this? What is this but fire under your eyelid? Shift ye in your skin. I say to Trinomac eaters, get your voices into the color of bruise. Divide ye like your enemies in houses, and lay your laws in set sequence from the center, again like the enemy corners of the house of troubles, and see yourself thence as timber, or mud slats, or sheets of resin. Then do not divide, for yet is the stride of Sithicid quicker than the rush of enemies, and he will sunder the whole for the sake of a shingle. For we go different, and in thunder. Sithicid is the start of all true houses, built against status and lazy slaves. Turn from your predilections, broken like false maps. Move and move like this. Quicken against false fathers, mothers left in corners, weeping for glass and rain. Stasis asks merely for nothing, for itself which is nothing, as you were in the 8th everlasting imperfections. Vivec says unto Hortator, remember the words of Vivec. Understand that Sithis still travels. Vivec says unto the Hortator, remember the words of Vivec. In a phosphorescent mirror of the sky, Vivec says unto the Hortator, remember the words of Vivec. Drowned and smiling, Vivec says unto the Hortator, remember the words of Vivec. Intermittent hopes enough. Vivec says unto the Hortator, remember the words of Vivec. To answer all the things. Remember, Vivec says unto the Hortator, remember the words of Vivec. Not yet queried. The ending of the words is Almsave. Oh, so I gotta say something. I think, really, when you think about it, Sermon 10 is all about housing. It's about building houses. It's about decorating houses, setting them up. I think these are Sermon 10 should be dedicated to everyone out there who's in a housing guild and who decorates and furnishes and designs houses and plays that end game of Elder Scrolls Online. So I think that's pretty cool. Look, and here's the battlegrounds, and I want to see what she has.
You've proven yourself.
She's the battlegrounds. You got to play the battlegrounds to get all this stuff. But check it out. That's pretty cool. I like that a lot. I'd like to get that, but I don't play the battlegrounds, so I need to start playing the battlegrounds, right? Look at that. Requires Grand Relic Guardian achievement. I'll have to find out what that is. Grand Champion, yeah, that's Battlegrounds. But I'll have to find out what the Grand Relic Guardian achievement is. That's pretty darn cool. Ooh, that's actually really cool. Yeah, ooh, that's really... So you see, even to play... gives you things. Battlegrounds and stuff like that. Alright, you guys, let's walk over here. Here's oh, let's look at this person. Battlegrounds Furnisher.
When you come home from a...
Oh, let's see what you offer us. Oh, Fire Drakes. Crowd favorite. These are all Battleground achievements. Look at these. Very cool. Those are really cool tapestries. Who's this?
It does not much matter.
That's a gladiator. Okay, bye. Alright, very nice. Here's where you pick up your battleground, I think. The glory. I don't know. Alright. From this angle, we really get a beautiful view of the palace, of Vivec's palace. So, I think I'm going to come out here and just have us gaze upon it. How's that? As I read, number 11. Okay. Sermon 11 by Vivec. Or do you say Vivec? You know, it's tomatoes, tomatoes. Although I'm sure that there's one intended way of saying it. Ah, these were the days of Reshdinia, when Chimer and Dwemer lived under the wise and benevolent rule of the Almsvi, and their champion, the Hortator, when the gods of Veloth would retreat unto their own to mold the cosmos and other matters, the Hortator would at times become confused. Vivec would always be there to advise him. And this is the first of the 3 lessons of ruling kings. The waking world is the amnesia of dream. All motifs can be mortally wounded. Once slain, themes turn into the structure of future nostalgia. Do not abuse your powers, or they will lead you astray. They will become lost and resentful and finally become pregnant with the seed of folly. Soon you will be the grandparent of a broken state. You will be mocked. It will fall apart like a stone that recalls that it is really water. Keep nothing in your house that is neither needed or beautiful. Ordeals you should face unimpeded by the world of restriction. The splendor of stars is Aem's domain. The selfishness of the sea is Set's. I rule the middle air. All else is earth, and under your temporal command. There is no bone that cannot be broken except for the heart bone. You will see it twice in your lifetimes. Take what you can the first time, and let us do the rest. There is no true symbolism of the center. The Sharmat will believe there is. He will feel that he can cause years of exuberance from sitting in the sacred, when really no one can leave that state and cause anything more but strife. There is once more the case of the symbolic and barren. The true prince that is cursed and demonized will be adored at last with full hearts. According to the codes of Mephala, There can be no official art, only fixation points of complexity that will erase from the awe of the people given enough time. This is a secret that hinders another. An impersonal survival is not the way of the ruling king. Embrace the art of the people and marry it, and by that I mean secretly have it murdered. The ruling king that sees in another his equivalent rules nothing. The secret of weapons is this: they are the mercy seat. The secret of language is this: it is immobile. The ruling king is armored head to toe in brilliant flame. He is redeemed by each act he undertakes. His death is only a diagram back to the waking world. He sleeps the second way. The Charmot is his double, and therefore you wonder if you rule nothing. Portator and Charmot, 1 and 1, 11. An inelegant number. Which of the ones is the more important? Could you ever tell if they switched places? I can, and that is why you will need me. According to the codes of Mephala, there is no difference between the theorist and the terrorist. Even the most cherished desire disappears in their hands. This is why Mephala has black hands. Bring both of yours to every argument. The one-handed king finds no remedy. When you approach God, however, cut both of them off. God has no need of theory, and he is armored head to toe in terror. The ending of the words is Om Sabi. Now, it's interesting, I have a little insight. You may wonder why Vivec always refers to Mephala, and it's because Mephala is Vivec's ancient self. Did you know that? You should know that. All right, let me go find another place. We have 2 more sermons for today, and then I will say goodbye until next week. Let me just... Oh, there's the executioner. I'll go up here with the executioner. How's that? Stand beside him as I give this next. I can't get up there. He's too big for me. Dang it. Oh my God. How did he get up there? All right, well, I'll go and stand over here then. How's that? So, and we'll look at the bank. Maybe we'll decide to, maybe we'll decide to rob some people. Don't know. All right, let me see. What do I have here? Maybe I'll give a blessing to all these folks. Or maybe I'll just show them how strong I am. Oh, damn it. That head always falls off. I just don't know why. All right, here we go. Are you ready? This is the second folio for Ruling Kings. Sermon number 12. As the Hortator pondered the first lesson of Ruling Kings, Vivec wandered into the mourning hold and found that Ahim was with a pair of lovers. Seth had divided himself again. Vivec then leapt through into their likenesses to observe, but he gained no secrets that he did not already know. He left a few of his own behind to make the journey worthwhile. Then Vivec left the capital of Veloth and wandered far into the ash. He found a span of badlands to practice his giant form. He made of his feet a less dense material than the divine, to keep from falling waist deep into the earth. And at this point, the first corner of the House of Troubles, the Prince Molag Bal made his presence known. Vivec looked on the King of Rape and said, "How very beautiful you are, that you do not join us." And Molag Bal crushed the warrior poet's feet, which were not invulnerable, and had legions cleave them off. Mighty fires from the beginning place were brought like nets to hold Vivec, and he let them. "I would prefer," he said, "some kind of ceremony if we are to be married." And the legions that took the feet were summoned again and ordered to begin a banquet. Pomegranates sprang from the Badlands, and tents were raised. A throng of Velothi mystics came, reading the passages of the severed feet on the ground, and weeping until the scriptures were wet. "We must love each other briefly," Vivec said, "if at all. I am needed to counsel the Hortator in more important matters, because the Dwemer high priests stir up trouble. You may have my head for an hour." Molag Bal rose up and extended 6 arms to show his worth. They were decorated in runes of seduction and its reverse. They were decorated in the annotated calendars of longer worlds. When he spoke, mating monsters fell out. "Where must it go?" he said. "I told you," Vivec said. "I am meant to be teacher of the King of the Earth. Ei altadun gartak padhome." And with these magic words, the King of Rape added another, Kaim, which is the secret syllable of royalty. Vivec had what he needed from the Daedroth, and so married him that day. And in the hour that Bal had his head, the King of Rape asked for proof of love. Vivec spoke 2 poems to show him such, but only the first is known. I'm not sure just how much glass it took to make your hair. Twice as much, I am sure, as the oceans have to share hell. My sweet is a fiction written by those who tell the truth. My mouth is skilled at lying, and its alibi a tooth.
I sell to the nobility.
The sons and daughters of Vivec and Molag Bal number in the thousands. The name of the mightiest is a string of power, Golga Mor Jil, Hayat Eihom. The ending of the words is Om Saveh. Indeed. Indeed. Well, my friends, it looks to me like we have time for just one more. And I'm going to go up here so we can see across the land how pretty it is out there. Look at how pretty that is. Excuse me. Just take that in.
Fine goods at fair prices.
As I read our last sermon for today. Sermon number 13. And these were the days. Oh wait, did I already read these? Nope, I didn't. These were the days of Reshdinia, when Keimer and Dwemer lived under the benevolent rule of the Al-Savi, and their champion, the Hortator, when the gods of Veloth would retreat unto their own to mold the cosmos and other matters, the Hortator would at times become confused, and Vivec would always be there to advise him. And this is the second of the 3 lessons of ruling kings. The secret symbol of royalty is this. You must learn this elsewhere. The temporal myth is man. The magical cross is an integration of the worth of mortals at the expense of their spirits. Surrounded with the triangle, and you begin to see the triune house becomes divided into 4 corners, which are ruled by our brethren, the 4 corners: Baal, Dagon, Moloch, and Sheog. Rotate the triangle and you pierce the heart of the beginning place, the foul lie, the testament of the irrefutable for a span. Above them all is the horizon where only one stands, though no one stands there yet. It is proof of the new. It is the promise of the wise. Unfold the whole, and what you have is a star, which is not my domain, but not entirely outside my judgment. The grand design takes flight. It is transformed not only into a star, but an hornet. The center cannot hold. It becomes devoid of lines and points. It becomes devoid of anything, and so becomes a receptacle. And this is its usefulness at the end. This is its promise. The sword is the cross, and Alm-Savi is the triune house around it. If there is to be an end, I must be removed. The ruling king must know this, and I will test him. I will murder him time and again until he knows this. I am the defender of the last and the last. To remove me is to refill the heart that lay dormant at the center, that cannot hold. I am the sword, Ahim the star, Seth the mechanism that allows the transformation of the world. Ours is the duty to keep the compromise from being filled with the Black Sea. The Sharmat sleeps at the center. He cannot bear to see it removed, the world of reference. This is the folly of the false dreamer. This is the amnesia of dream, or its power, or its circumvention. This is the weaker magic, and it is barbed in venom. This is why I say the secret to swords is the mercy seat, is my throne. And I become the voice of Alm-Savi. The world will know me more than my sister and brother. I am the psychopomp. I am the killer of the weeds of Veloth. Veloth is the center that cannot hold. Ahim is the plot. Seth is the ending. I am the enigma that must be removed. These are my words, are armed to the teeth. The ruling king is to stand against me, and then before me. He is to learn from my punishment. I will mark him to know. He is to come as male or female. I am the form he must acquire. Because a ruling king that sees in another his equivalent rules nothing. This is why, this is what was said to the Hortator when Vivec was not whole. And the ending of the words is Alm-Savi. Well, my friends, that for today brings us to the end. I do have an insight that I feel about this particular sermon. This is about ruling kings, right? And as players here in ESO, we are we follow guild leaders, don't we? Guild leaders are like kings, right? So the secret for every guild leader is to understand the 3 sermons that Vivec gave to the ruling kings. And I would say to every guild leader, bring your guild here. Bring your guild here to Vardenfell and walk them all through, all of it. Complete the map with them. That should be one of your duties. And with every new member who comes into your guild, who is of a lower level, bring them to Vardenfell. Take them to the battlegrounds. Take them into the dungeons here, the halls of fabrication, a trial. Take them there. Take them up to the public dungeon, the Forgotten Wastes. Show them the world bosses here and battle them. Hold a duel with them and marry them by killing them. Only then are you a real ruling king. That's just a little insight for making the game a little more pleasurable. After all, it is an RPG. So why not RPG as a true ruling king with your guild? All right, my friends, thank you for tuning in. This is Flower Child 567, and I hope you have a great rest of your Friday. Have an awesome week in playing, and I'll see you next Friday, of course, as we continue with Sermon 14. I don't know where we'll go. Maybe someplace out on the land of Vardenfell. If you have any suggestions, let me know. Just send me a little message. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. I appreciate you. Until we meet again. Bye.